Hey, how you doing? This is me, Kenzie, and I'm just playing around with building in The Sims because some of you know if you've been either reading my articles or following my YouTube videos like my 100 Baby Challenge that I pretty much came to The Sims in April, May, maybe. I'm pretty new to it. I've never even played another version other than Sims 4. I just kind of had a life situation where I needed escape without leaving the house, and I got really hooked. I started building and I mean, I'm not good with computers, I'm not good with video games, but oh my God, I love decorating and oh, I love being creative and get my creative juices flowing. So it kind of pushed me to try to learn and I'm starting to get better at it. And I wanted to help other people because I know I can't be the only person coming to The Sims this late. A lot of the videos I find so awesome, but they're so beyond what I am able to do. And I guess I was having a hard time for a while finding the really elementary stuff. So I thought I'd start posting it up for people who can use it like I could have used it a few months ago. And oh, Level Skip is where I publish a lot of my Sims articles. So if you want to check out a basic tutorial if you've never built before, I have the tutorial that goes along with this. But basically, I decided to redo the Chic Street apartment in San Myshuno from City Living because I mean, it's so blah and bland, and I mean that tiny, tiny bedroom. I don't know what it had to do with, but I mean, look at those views, though. This is what I love about this apartment. It has gorgeous views, so I figured it'd make an awesome loft, and that's what I decided I would do with it. So when I decided to start redecorating it, I figured the first thing I would do is give myself a clean slate, and I just erased everything and took everything out because I wanted to give it, first of all, have one bedroom or not even a bedroom because it's a loft, and I wanted everything to kind of flow into each other and to use like dividers and furniture and stuff to separate the areas as opposed to walls. So look at those views. I mean, who wouldn't want an apartment with those kinds of views? So I like to just use the paint and the floor just to make it white, just to give myself that blank canvas to work with. And then I do this thing where I kind of figure out my floor plan and it gives me a chance to think about it. I use different color rugs to separate the areas. So like I'll use blue to represent this will be the bedroom and brown maybe the living room and just lay it all out to kind of see like where am I going to put this? How am I going to mix this up? And I just find this easier than drawing walls and tearing them down and moving them constantly. It gives me a chance to really look at it and think about it before I get to the wall drawing. And I figured I want a little kitchenette, you know, because I've lived in the big cities and love those little kitchenettes and dinettes all in one area. Then I figured a little living room that is by the great feature of the apartment, which is the windows. And then we move over into like a bedroom office area. And the only thing I closed off with walls, as you can see, was the bathroom. But with those big floor to ceiling windows wide on that view, you got to have the living room right there. You got to have the bedroom right there. And I'll probably stick the home office. Oh God, I would never get any work done if I looked out on windows like that because I'd just be too interested in seeing what's going on below and with the skyline. I don't know. I would have so much fun staring out those windows and spreading some lights around so I could see what I'm doing. I figured I'd use the same door as the apartment door because it would just be weird to have two different kinds of doors there, although I do wish I could change the apartment door to a different color. But I'm going to start with the bathroom because it's a small room, the only enclosed room, and I love, to me, like a really beautiful, luxurious bathroom is just white, a lot of white, maybe pastel, but mostly white and white tiles and just very clean looking. And that's the kind of bathroom that just makes me want to totally sink in and give it a nice vanity. All white bathrooms just feel so clean and fresh and comfortable to me. It's like, you know, that's like the be all end all of luxury bathroom spa experience. I decided I was thinking about using a shower stall. Then I thought I'd use a combo, but then I said, no, I just really, it'd be nice to just have a spa tub. I just want to be able to go into my apartment and sink into this spa tub, maybe take a mud bath or whatever. And instead of using one of the sinks, I decided to just build the vanity from the counters with the sink you place on top. Unbreakable toilet, of course, because I love that toilet. I hate those toilet breakages. And then give it a nice vanity mirror. And I'm not going to get too crazy yet. I just like to kind of lay it out first before I go back and take care of all the little details. So I get to the kitchen then, and I kind of think I want, like, to me, red and black are so sophisticated and so stunning together. So I was thinking about using just dominant colors, red and black, and using a very limited color palette because I don't know. It's just to me, it looks so much more sleek and so much more sophisticated when you do that. Any room that's got dominantly red and black and minimal on the other colors, just such a bold statement. You know, it just catches your attention. It's very energetic, very exciting, but yet at the same time, the black manages to ground it really well. It's not the kind of style I actually live in. That's not what my house looks like. I'm more of like artsy, craftsy country, clutter, different colors, and a lot of mix and eclectic. And I don't know, but for this kind of loft with these beautiful views, I felt like it should just be something that's really classy and sophisticated looking. So I decided to go with the glass tabletop because when you have a small space, that kind of open keeps it open without looking too heavy in that small space. I'm not crazy about those chairs though. Like they're okay. I like the cushions. I'm not crazy about the backings. I might change them. So I'm gonna think about which kind of tiles I want to use, and I decided on just like that beautiful, again, classic, classy marble. And the black and white, I think, looks so, when that red pops off, it just excites me. I wasn't sure what kind of wall coloring I want to use. I thought some kind of tile would be good behind the kitchen, but then I found the red wall coloring and I just loved it. But then I felt the red cabinets were too much against the red wall coloring, and it's slightly off. The cabinets are just brighter and shinier. So I decided to turn the cabinets into black, and I'm very happy with that decision because I like that. And then I wanted to use different kinds of wallpaper and paint and stuff like that just to indicate the different areas, but also to kind of bring a cohesiveness from one area into the other so it flows. Because in a loft apartment like this, when you have all these different areas, you want to kind of define each one and you want to anchor each one so that they go together, but each one is its own area. So when you have that one big long wall that goes to three areas, having the similar wallpaper, the same kind of wallpaper or wall color, kind of draws you, makes it feel cohesive. It draws you in from one to the next. But then maybe on the other side, you put an accent wall, and then that makes that area unique. That's that area's little special feature. So I like to do that. I do like that. I do like the paneling with the wallpaper behind it, but I didn't want it to dominate the apartment. I didn't want it to be too much. So finally decided on just a general wallpaper with a minimal pattern, nothing too overwhelming, because I don't want to take away from those views. I don't want to use curtains. I don't want to. I just want to stick with that big wide open space. The apartment's so small, so having that big sense of space along that wall, I feel is just awesome. And I just don't know what to do about a couch. I couldn't commit to a couch right here. And I want to put the bedroom back where the blue is, but I definitely want to use a divider so it separates the space from the living area a little bit more. I like that divider, but it's just too open, so I think I'm gonna put like something like a curtain or something behind it because it's too much space in between, too much negative space. Chairs, 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 and I decided finally to go with something to contrast. You know, we got the red, the black, and white, so there it is. It's all in the dining. And then, you know what? I don't want to put really huge furniture in here because it's such a small space, but I figured I really do like these chairs, and I'm digging the black and white. So maybe I'll go with the furniture black and white, and I'll just change the rug color. So I love all that black and white, and then you just got to give it that pop of color. It doesn't really matter what kind of color you give it a pop of. It could be like a cobalt blue. It could be like a golden yellow or orange. But when you take a classic black and white and give it that pop of color and make it really dominant like that, I just feel that it looks so eye-catching. You know, and especially with this, with all the silvers and black and white, it's starting to look like really expensive. Like most of my Sims would probably not be able to afford this apartment if I were to put this in the world and come back to it. This apartment with the furnishings and the decorations would be out of their price range. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do about the rug in here, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a different wallpaper. And I'm probably going to just cover this area up because the bed's going to go here, so it gives the Sim a little bit more privacy. I like the divider, but it's just too open. And the other divider, just with the polka dots, is cute, but I just don't feel like it fits. It's too cute for this apartment. It's too cute. I like these curtains, though. Or some kind of... I wish they had the red and silver, but unfortunately they only have red and gold. That's kind of cool, too. I like the... But it definitely goes with this apartment. It's got that big, heavy, dramatic drapery, but I feel like that gray looks a little too bluish for the color scheme in here. I don't think I'm going to put curtains on the window, though. I'm just playing around with that. But like I said, if I had an apartment like this, when you have like a up, you know, on a high floor in a gorgeous building and you got all these great city views, screw curtains. I mean, if somebody 3 blocks away wants to have a telescope and watch me and they're that determined, have at it. But I want to see my views. I want to be able to look around and see the skyline. Like if I lived in New York or Chicago or something like that, I'm in a big high-rise apartment and had these kinds of open windows. Oh, yeah, I want to see outside. So it's kind of a small bedroom, but it works, yeah. I mean, in real life, there's no closet space. There's not nearly enough storage space. But these are Sims. They don't. I mean, we're just giving the appearance that they have a dresser and a closet. We don't have to actually detract from their space to put these things in for real because they don't need them. It's all about the look, and it's a very luxurious bed. I just want to sink into that bed. It's a nice bed for me. And I figured again with the glass top, it kind of keeps that sense of open space. I need a bookcase, but I don't want to get anything too big and heavy here because, again, we're trying to keep, it's a small room. And it's very easy to make a small room feel overly cluttered, overly crowded. So, I like the caddy corner, but I think I'm just going to play it straight here. And I'm playing around with the bookcase because I guess it could go in different places. But I like the bookcase with, first of all, the modern zigzag kind of design, but on top of it, the glass shelves. I think they just work with the glass desk, and then we got the glass top nightstands. This glass is in keeping with the whole shiny, sleek look that I'm going for, and it gets contrasted by the plushness of the fabrics and the bedding and the rugs, and then still, like I said, glass furniture helps keep it more open-looking in small spaces like this because you don't have these big, bulky pieces of furniture completely blocking. You can see through them, so it all works. I like that rug. I really like that pattern. I really want to feature that rug. I like that better than the carpeting. That's perfect. All right. Now, I love that little corner piece by the door because I can imagine coming in, putting my bag, dropping my keys in it. Oh, so much artwork and finishing touches is like my favorite part. That's what I love to do is find a nice piece of art or find a nice wall hanging, a nice plants. Oh my god, I go crazy with plants sometimes. Some of my Sims homes have so much plants, it's not even funny. I don't know why I get so obsessed with that. But that's a definitely workable kitchen, even if it's small. I remember living in New York and having almost everybody had eating kitchens. You had to be pretty well off to have an apartment big enough to have a separate formal dining room or something like that. Almost always it was a little kitchenette with a dinette off of it or an eating kitchen. If you lived in Brooklyn and you had an old house from what your family bought like in the 60s or 70s, then you would probably have a dining room. But other than that, almost nobody had a formal dining room that I can remember, at least not anybody who wasn't super wealthy, especially in Manhattan apartments. Let's see. I gotta work on light fixtures. Instead of putting lamps on the end tables, I sometimes I just think it looks cute to put pendants or hanging. And I like these, but some of them just hang too low. So maybe I'm just gonna stick with the wall sconces, and I like that little globe up over the bed. Put a little bit of decoration on the desk. Definitely need a desk lamp. Oh, pretty candle. Yeah, gotta do that. Okay. And I like that sleek waterfall. What is it? A faucet light they call it. Put some pendants up over the desk. These are kind of cute, but I'm not a big fan of fluorescent lights. So I like the stove thing. That works with the glass. Yeah, that works there. Taking pictures as I go along to put them in my article. I mean, really, I just want to encourage people to try building if they haven't tried building before, to start at the beginning. It doesn't have to be that hard. You don't have to worry even about roofs and making walls and where the windows go at this point. Just find an apartment or even a house that's already built and clear it out and start redecorating it. Maybe tear down the walls inside, gut it like I did, and then build your own floor plan. Or you can work with the existing floor plan and just play with the different kind of build items. And I mean, like, I change things out so many times, and I'm not the only one who does this. Everybody who builds seems to do this. But, you try something, you change it. You try something, you move it. You try something, you change it. 10 minutes later, you come back to it, you take it out. But that's part of the fun of it, because you keep building on it and seeing what you come up with. And you never know until you try, because I first envisioned a red kitchen with the red cabinetry and everything like that, and I was going to put white backsplash, but then I ended up changing that around. Now I have a black kitchen counter and a red backsplash. You don't know what's going to happen. And sometimes I come out with something that is so completely different from the original build that I had in mind. Like, I didn't intend to do something like this. I mean, I was going to do kind of a more like an industrial looking loft, but for some reason those counters, when I started getting them in, and the bathroom was so luxurious looking, I was like, let's keep it a little more on the sophisticated side. You definitely got to put a lot of greenery around. I want a little end table there, though. I mean, I'm not an end table. I want like a little coffee table, but I don't want to put like a regular coffee table because it's much too small of a living room for a regular coffee table. But I feel like I definitely need something there because they got that whole big open space, and it's just too much. I love the drink cart. That's really adorable. And I don't use custom content when I build because I seem to have a lot of trouble with custom content. I've tried downloading custom content like the hair, the eyelashes, whatever, and they look really cute, but half the time I can't figure out how to get them to work right. They look weird. Sometimes with the stuff I get, the build stuff I try, and I struggle with it, or I end up crashing more often, and I feel like it might be the custom content that's doing that. One game I had, every time I tried to load it, it would like get stuck and crash, get stuck and crash, get stuck and crash. And I figured out when I took the custom content out, it didn't do it anymore. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to work with what they've got, even though some of the custom content that people make out there makes me drool. It is gorgeous. I don't understand why like the Sims creators aren't hiring some of these people because they are amazingly talented content creators out there for the Sims mods and the Sims creative, custom content. Oh wow, it just impresses me so much. I don't know if it's that I don't have a really good computer or that I just suck at computers so much that I'm missing the point on how to set it or whatever. But it always causes me problems, so I don't use it anymore. I'm getting really excited about this apartment, though. I really love the way it's looking. I mean, I would take a vacation in this apartment. This apartment was in like one of those vacation websites where you can rent somebody's apartment or townhouse or condo or whatever for the weekend. I would totally, take a nice bath, have a nice little dinner party, sink into that bed, watch the sunrise or set from the windows. I don't remember which it's facing, but oh my god, this would be so freaking awesome. I wouldn't live in something like this. This is just a little too fancy schmancy for me. I'm not into really posh accommodations, when it comes to my home. But when you go on vacation or something like that, every now and then, and believe me, for me, it's very much every now and then. It's not that often at all, but every now and then, when I get away and I actually can afford to do something other than like camping, I would, I'd love to get something that was this nice and sleek and sophisticated looking. I would just feel so comfortable here. Because it's plush and comfy looking to me. It's not like a museum. It's still kind of maintained its hominess, despite the fact that it would be like fancy and expensive. It still maintains a level of comfort where I feel like I can just kind of sink into the furniture, curl up by the window on the couch with a good book, and go back and forth between reading and looking out. I love to just sit there and gaze out at the city, through the window. I could totally see myself being comfortable here, especially in that bathroom. Oh, I want to take a bath in that tub. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much we're just at the last minute finishing touches. I really wish I could make that door black. And, pretty much getting to the finish line here. Little tweaks here and there. But I hope that if you have never built before, and if you ended up here because you found my articles online or you found my YouTube channel and you were looking, I hope this gives you the courage to say, screw it, I'm going to try to build something for myself. I'm going to decorate, I'm going to build, I'm going to go crazy, I'm going to have fun with that. So that would be really cool. And if I do, I'm probably going to do more videos. Use them to demonstrate my tutorials on level skips so that people who are learning how to build, they can look up the article gives them the step-by-step, and then you can actually see it happening with these speed build videos. So, I love watching the speed build videos, but I had a hard time learning with them because I had to keep stopping, slowing them down, going back. What did they do there? What did they do there? So I prefer to have the instructions to read. I'm probably going to do a lot more videos on building, step-by-step build on it. But my first article was very elementary, and this is going to just be linked to that so that people can see what I did with it. Maybe in the next article, I'll work on explaining how to arrange items and layer them and set them all up on surfaces, because I know that took me a little while to get. It's kind of tricky. And I'll build on that next time with something else we'll go over. Time after that, we'll go over something else. And I'll just keep doing that so that if you're behind me on building, you could probably quickly catch up. And then maybe we can go forward together. Because, like I said, I'm still learning a lot. I'm getting there, but I am definitely having fun with it. But I just got so much to learn. I get so I didn't mean to that big of a clock. In awe of some of the builds on other people's channels and websites, because it's just amazing. But yeah, there we have it. I think I'm good. I think I'm liking it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna upload it to If you do hashtag positively sinful, you find my stuff in the user gallery. I don't have a lot uploaded yet, but I'm gonna start uploading more and doing more. I don't want to keep doing too cluttery in here, but I feel like it needs just a few more. Okay. Yeah, that kind of works. That kind of works. I like that. Oh my god, so many cool black and white things. I just love it. I could get so obsessive though. I mean, like I could literally sit around and do this all day because it's fun, and I could just pop in a movie or marathon some TV show while I'm sitting here going, you're trying this, and that. It's just too cool. I love building so much. It's a lot of fun. And I want to get really good at it because I have so much fun with it. So what do you think of this apartment here? Would you live in an apartment like this, or would you want to visit an apartment like this? Like I said, for me, I love a cohesive style, and I love when a look is really well done, even if it's not my particular style. And this is definitely not my particular style. I do not have this kind of furniture or style in my house. But how about you? Is this for you? What kind of sim would you have living here? So I hope you like it. I hope, let me know what you think of it. And if you were new to building and you went to Level Skip to check out my article, let me know if there was any help to you, or leave me a comment there or here, or check me out on Tumblr. But thanks for watching, and happy simming, and I will see you guys soon. Have a good night.